thinking too much about what the wrists are doing in the downswing. So
and that's where I've
that's
come
the
from,
concern,
because
isn't it?
Before we came last time, I'd been doing quite a lot of consciously rolling.
Yeah.
You know, and it was working all right.
Yeah.
But I had to think about it.
Yeah.
Whereas I remember you said you just want to go up and go back, and I thought, and once I hit that, I thought, well, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You don't have to, because that becomes quite how much, and it was almost like, do I roll that wrist? Do I roll push with that?
100%.
And I've been thinking more recently about. I used to play a lot of tennis. Was sort of thinking about doing that sort of top spin, forehand top spin.
Yeah.
And that sort of helps me because it sort of gets me to roll round more.
So if you're coming on that now, force is going in the direction of the orange line. Club starts to line up with where you're pulling, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the same down the line. So as you go, pull the club, if you will, in the direction of the orange line, there's very little shallowing when viewed from down the line. And we could perhaps see a little bit more shallowing, which would help you get the club on the inside a little bit more.
Get the club under that playing.
And the arc widens a little bit more from face on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we'd want to see, and we know that by the time we get to P6, that widening of the arc has continued.
Yeah.
For a little bit too long, hasn't it? Yeah. So we're too wide at P6, and we need to have that a little bit narrower.
Yeah.
And we can do that by consciously thinking about what the wrists are doing, or we can do that, or we can attempt to do that by considering how we sort of change direction. Where we're going to put the force, are we going to move it straight down? Are we going to move it out towards the basket? Are we going to feel like, when you do that lacrosse move, the sensation when you look at that, it's like you leave the hands behind, isn't it?
It is, the
body goes, the hands stay behind.
That's how I feel in my head.
And the wrist load.
Yeah.
So very rarely, if ever, when you're doing your lacrosse move, do you ever throw the club away from you? The arc doesn't widen initially, does it?
You wouldn't get it going where you want, it has to go
there.
So
you force, when you change direction, where's the force being applied?
when I change direction, it's more sort of
Outwards.
out there.
Yeah, a little bit out in front of you more.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to play around with today. All right.